Hi, I'm Sylvia Gordon.
And I'm Rebecca Gordon.
In this episode, we're talking about DSNPs, Medicare Advantage reimbursement rates for this year, and drug changes in Part D. Stay tuned.
I hate DSNP lookalikes. I consider these fake plans, and I'm probably going to have a lot of people hit the comment saying that I'm wrong. But it's looking like they're going to get pulled because CMS is refusing to contract lookalike plans in states where there are true DSNP plans available.
So let's back up. What is a lookalike?
A lookalike is it's a plan trying to attract Medicare and Medicaid. The problem with these is that people think that they're going to get the coordination of benefits
With Medicaid.
as well as all the other benefits that a true DSNP would offer, and they're not.
Spoiler alert, they don't.
They don't.
It doesn't coordinate because it's not a DSNP. Why would a carrier file a lookalike instead of filing a true DSNP?
Because they can't qualify and get their DSNP approved.
So I had agents that for years they're called in, they're like, hey, we don't have a DSNP.
But
My client wants this plan. Should I sell it? Can I sell it? Because they're on Medicaid and they're on Medicare and there's no DSNP. So the answer was you can,
Right.
but this is one of the obstacles, one of the drawbacks, and people bought it.
Yeah.
But then that coordination is not a benefit for your client in many
Yeah.
cases. So CMS is finally stepping in.
And it's looking like they're going to get pulled, which I think is great because DSNPs in general are kind of confusing. And then to throw on a lookalike and trying to understand both of these different entities, I think is just way too confusing. So I hope they go.
And if you've sold DSNP lookalikes, tell us about your experience in the comments, because
Yeah.
I know a lot of agents didn't have a true DSNP, so they sold that because their client was on Medicaid,
Yeah.
and some of people had very good results.
Right, so I shouldn't be a total
Right.
Debbie Downer. So this is what I'm hearing, that Medicare Advantage payments are only going up by 1%.
I always get a 1, I got a 5 this time.
Dang, that's my 5. Only going up by 1% this year. Is this a big deal?
The Medicare reimbursement from CMS goes up every year, which it needs to because medical inflation goes up every year. So it normally goes up about 2.5%. So the fact that it's only going up 1%
Sounds
would
bad.
be a bummer.
Yeah.
However, take into consideration
The hit tax.
that the hit tax was repealed, so that gave them an effective like a 5% bump. So they're good. They're making more money every year.
Everything's good.
As if they make more money, they put it into benefits. That good news rolls downhill. We can have richer plans, more plan selection for your consumer. So even though it's only a 1% increase, we're
The
still
backstory is
looking
we're getting
good
more.
for next year.
Awesome.
Okay, let's talk about something that I've been hearing a little in the news a lot lately about some of these health shares getting in trouble by the state of Texas, state of Tennessee, Utah, Alira. We talked about that briefly last year. They got pulled. I think another one got pulled recently.
And I know agents wonder, why do we market these?
Right, 'cause it's not insurance.
Yeah, and we're totally straight up with that it's not insurance. I look at health share ministries like this. I had my own client several years ago buy one because what I was showing them was
ACA.
4 times the amount. And she said, well, I'm just going to go to blank. And I thought, oh my gosh. I think it's prudent for all agents.
I liked how she tried. She was going to cuss there, but she pulled back her natural inclination. I like this. Good, great self-control.
And I am a natural cusser. If you didn't know, I'm a huge cusser. But I think it's prudent for agents, and I think it's responsible for all of us to know what products and plans are out in the market. We have never once said these are health insurance plans. They are an alternative, and I think that there are good ones out in the market for the right client.
And I'm getting a lot of pushback from Jay. Jay, if you're watching, I appreciate the dialogue that you've initiated over this. Like, why would we offer this? It's not insurance. Well, I mean, my job is to give you guys options.
And to know what's going on in the market.
Your job is to do that for your client. And
Yep.
say, okay, here's what's out there, and then to make a recommendation based on their needs, their location, their budget, you know.
And if you don't do that, clients are going to find them. They will find them without your help, and they will make a purchase, and it could be an uninformed purchase, right? Because if you go onto the internet, which everybody does, and if you type in affordable health insurance,
it pops up.
Plans will pop up, and consumers are going to look at the bottom line and hit buy.
Like I said, one of the reasons we felt like we added it to our portfolios because we had one of our close neighbors They were a family of 4, very healthy, and they said, our ACA premium would be as much as our mortgage. We can't afford it. So we've gone without insurance for a year. The penalty wasn't very much back then. We don't want to have nothing.
Right.
And so we bought this health share. Why don't you offer it? Why can't it? And so we're like, it's not, and they're like, yeah, I know. I've read it. I understand it.
Right.
I'm cool with that. It's better than no insurance.
And there are some that I think are a little weak in benefits, but then there are some that I think are very good, especially when you package and you identify the holes and you fill the holes.
The bottom line is we don't want you to buy that either. We want you to buy health insurance with all the protections of health insurance. So short-term was getting squeezed. It was what? What did the government call it?
Oh, they called it garbage.
Garbage plans.
They used terrible words like garbage.
So
short-term is not garbage.
Was getting squeezed so that you couldn't renew it.
Could not renew it. You could only have it for maybe 3 to 6 months, depending on your state, and that was it. And there was the threat it was completely going away. It was supposed to completely vanish.
And here we pulled up on our website our short-term offerings, and we do a lot of short-term medical. If you cannot afford the ACA, our first leap is going to be into short-term.
Look at a short-term.
And that's been
Absolutely.
expanded because now you can write it.
You can write it up to 3 years, and those states are becoming more and more. They're adding states, and it's really a viable, very healthy program backed by major medical carriers.
Like United Health One, which is United Healthcare, and National General,
which was Assurant,
Fortis Time.
and Fortis, the oldest insurance company in the country.
So that is our preference.
But health shares do serve a good. They'll fill a great hole. And they're for the right client. So any additional information you want on any of these, we're very active in doing webinars, and we integrate these into our meetings, and Jackie Bird is the guru in our office. So
I want to talk about our Life and Annuity Expo, which is happening tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I love ya. Tomorrow. You're always
a day away.
So if you don't already have plans to go, chances are you're not going. But we just wanted to add a little bit about life and annuity fraud, which is kind of a new blip on the radar of fraud. The whole thing where the student loan fraud.
I get those
nonstop last year.
Loans.
Nonstop. I had all my family members calling me and saying, hey, Social Security called me. What should I do? I'm like, it's a fraud. Hang up. Don't call them back. It's a fraud. This is a new fraud that's on the radar.
I am allergic to fraud, and this is what happens when I hear that word.
The new fraud that's on the radar, and that is
crooks are calling people posing to be from their insurance company,
their life insurance company,
or annuities,
or their retirement plans,
and
saying, I need your account number, or I have this, and I need
information,
this, and people are falling for it.
So out their stuff.
That's one of the things that's what the power of social media is, for you to get out there ahead of these frauds and warn your clients.
This is happening.
Saying, if you get this call, call me first. If you get this email, if you call me first, insert yourself into their lives so they can turn to you. You're their trusted advisor when they're a little iffy if they should call this, if the IRS is really going to foreclose on them.
The IRS will never call you.
A couple years ago, there was one. It was from the sheriff, and they were going
to. Oh my God! Yeah, I get those. I'm going to get there's
an outstanding
a
warrant for you, and they're going to send a deputy to your house right now.
I love that one.
And freaking people out. You want to get out there and tell people about these scams. Tell them to call you, their trusted advisor. You can advise them on this.
Yeah.
So it's terrifying for older people. They're isolated. A lot of them don't have anybody to turn to. Be that person.
Be their advocate.
Methadone. What is methadone?
Well, now I know what methadone is. Methadone is a drug that has just been approved for people who are trying to come off heroin. So from what I understand, it's a lower dose of heroin to help wean people off heroin.
Which we're not supposed to say heroin, we're supposed to say opiates.
Okay,
but it's heroin, which is a poppy, which is one of my favorite flowers that I grow, Peplum Bay.
Well, you like poppy seed cake.
And I love poppy seed cake, which you will not pass a drug test if you eat poppy seed cake. But methadone, you already heard about methadone clinics for addicts. CMS just approved it for seniors starting in January. So that's new. Hopefully you won't have much cause to know that or use that with your clients. But that is an advantage for people that are addicted to opiates.
It's good to know. Hey, I've got a question. If you weren't selling insurance, what would you be doing? What do you think you would be doing?
I would love to be an Annie Lennox impersonator and be hired out for weddings and
Are you kidding?
bachelorette parties. I love Annie Lennox.
So, quick story.
She never asked me or she would have known that.
This is so funny. My husband and I were at the bowling alley many years ago, which is kind of weird in itself. We were doing karaoke. I got up and I requested an Annie Lennox song. So I was feeling feisty.
Sweet dreams.
I was feeling feisty. So to get the crowd going, I said, hey, this is for all you women who've been screwed over by your man. Thinking that people would go insane and it would be like real. It was crickets. My husband wanted to grab me off the stage. It was an epic fail, horrible.
So comedian won't be in your list of alternative jobs. So put in the comments what your alternative job would be if you were not an insurance agent. We grew up outside of Fort Wayne, Indiana, so this caught my attention when it was in the news that this elderly couple, and yes, this was on Fox News, for those of you that are
This is big news.
super awesome into Fox. An elderly couple visited 644 out of the 645 Cracker Barrels in the nation. That is their couple's goal.
So
Hashtag couple's goal.
what's the last one?
I don't know, but I was just like, those are our people.
Yeah, I love that.
Fort Wayne, Indiana. Shout
Yeah.
out to
Hello.
Fort Wayne, Indiana. Thank you
Holla.
for watching this week. Stay tuned next week.
Good selling.